Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Zertuche here, and as you can see, I've got an 80 T-Rex right here. We need to get her dressed for success. So, yeah.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I gotta line. I'ma call the whole team.
Alright, so I was gonna go live, but I've got to get some edited footage out there because my CPM of how much they're paying me has really dropped in the amount that I'm getting paid out, which ain't cool. Not cool. So get this set up real quick, and I wanted to kind of address some things because I've gotten some pretty good questions on the YouTube channel as I'm going through the comments, and I figured it'd be a good way to get them out there while I am actually spooling up a video, or doing a spooling video. One of the comments was, which one casts further, MXL or LX? Well, that is a two-part question. For distance casting, the MXL will beat out the LX if you're throwing lightweight and trying to get just strictly distance. However, I have fished with the LX and MXL, and I've always gotten way further distance on my LX with bait throwing a 10-foot rod than I have with my MXL throwing a 10-foot rod. And I'm throwing a double drop drum leader with fish bites and shrimp, and it has worked out for me. Alright, so on this 80 we are going to be doing the 16 strand 200-pound test. And this is me a good one because this spool of line was sent in to us by the customer, so that way we can get his reel spooled up. And I'm going to go and peel off the label just so we can put it to the other side, because the way it's coming off the reel, or maybe I won't. Come on. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not going to let me. But I did find a hole where I can put it in. This ain't being a pain in the butt over here, but I went and got my knife too. I had to run home earlier. My wife called and said that the piping on the water heater at the house was spewing water. So they had to turn off the water at the house. So I definitely had to run home to get that situated, so that way we can get some warm water in the house, or hot water in the house, and not wait till I got off of work kind of deal. So my hands are a little bit dirty because of that, but I did wash them just so this beautiful braid doesn't get all dirty because of me. And we'll get this sorted, zero up my line counter, got that. And now it's time to put the knot to the spool. Love it. Oh, he melted the end. So I'm gonna cut that out. All right, here we go. All right, guys. So for those of y'all that are new to the channel, the reason we don't use any monofilament on our spool to do the knot to the spool and or tape is because I discovered this knot, or actually I'm trial and errored this knot about 15 years ago. Actually, it's about 15 years, so not longer. I'd have to get with my buddy Chris Ortiz, one of my teammates, because I actually created this knot on his Avets 83 speed that he had gotten. And what we wanted to do was tie the braid to the spool, so that way we didn't have to use mono or anything like that. So I sat there for a little bit, and I believe he was with me when I did it, but I had an idea in my head, and how can I create something, some kind of knot to make it grip it, and also not have to be worried about it slipping on the spool, because it's braid. Braid has always been one of the things that people have always feared, that excuse me, that it will slip on the spool, and it does, because the spools are so slick, they got nowhere to grip, and or they use that little screw that's screwed into the arbor there. So without it on these Avets, there's no way for the braid to grip the spool unless you do the wraps on there. And this was something that I kind of trialed and errored while he was standing there, and then I got it going, and then we tested it and locked it over and tried to get it to slip. And when we noticed it didn't slip, then we knew we were onto something. And even now you can see, as I'm trying to push it over, it doesn't even want to push over, and that's loose, like it's loose, but it ends up building up on itself. It stacks, and it doesn't happen. You don't have to worry about it. So even right now, like, I'm engaging the clicker, and I'm holding the clicker, and I'm pulling the braid. And I mean, look how much pressure I'm putting on it, that it's if I pull any harder, it's going to cut into my finger right there. Real close to breaking the skin. So now, another question was, do Avets have a free bait setup on here, or free line setup for like free baiting or whatever? Well, when you move your lever drag up and down, let's do this. When you move the drag up and down, you can change how much drag you want on there by doing that. So it don't have to be always in free spool, like right there is engaged, but it's enough to where, see? And I mean, I'm pulling with both hands to get that out there, but I go up a little further, it's locked in. Obviously I have it overly locked down right now because I'm spooling, so you kind of just set it up to where just enough so it don't come clicking off your reel while you're out there fishing. So there we go. And let's go and get this spooled on there. This is 200-pound test, which is good because we are going to be doing some spooling videos, doing the tight line braid to get them line capacity for their books, because they want to know what we can get. So here we go. 200 pound, 16 strand of Cortland for the books again. And it's been a while, so we've actually had a few phone calls today of people asking us how much we can get on there, so this will be one of them. That's 100 yards on there. Normally the hundreds of yards to get up to about right here will be eaten up right there. What I mean by that is the first, say, 1,000 yards is going to take up like that much, and then after that it'll start getting lower and lower and lower for how much it takes to spool up each level 100 yards. So Alright guys, that's 300 yards of 200-pound on there, and I'm already building up the coloring right there. So the good thing is though, it's not tacky, it's not sticky, but it is color buildup. So wait. 500 yards of 200-pound on there. Still rocking it. .700 yards of 200-pound Cortland, and as you can tell, well, shoot, that normally would probably be 1,000 yards of 130, so a little bit of a difference on line capacity. That's 900 yards of 200-pound test on there. Still going. That's 1,000 yards of 200-pound on there, and I got some serious coating on there, but not sticky, which is good, but it's there. .1,100 yards. That's 1,100 right there. That's 1,200 yards right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get with the customer to find out exactly how much yardage he wanted on there. Actually, real quick. All right, guys. So he's good with that. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it there, and he'll be because he actually sent us a spool of braid in as well. So. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is back in the tail end right here and make a tippet, doubling up the braid right there. So. Go. There you go. Nice full exposure right there. And there's the line counter. 1,200 yards. Good to go.